Hey guys, months ago I did a video where when the Arcade1Up pinballs first came out, and I said that I did not think that they could support that price of $550, $599, and that there's no way that they could make money off of it, that price they would have to definitely increase the prices even with the 720 progressive scan. So now, of course, and I don't want to talk about price increases because every video has talked about it. Well, I'm probably going to talk about it anyway, but maybe not this time. But still, to say we got price increases not just on pinballs, but also on all of their machines, the prices went up considerably. So what can we do to compensate for that? Now, some of you are like, well, we can just not buy Arcade1Up in protest. Well, maybe so, but Arcade1Up was smart. They protected themselves by focusing on their bread and butter machines. So they revamped Street Fighter, Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, their biggest selling machines that can sell to the next generations across the board. We have them. We might perhaps sell one of ours and then get the next generation, but let's face it. I mean, how many times are you gonna keep buying the same machine? So what can we do? Well, originally when our arcades were getting full, we were like, oh, we gotta sell all of our machines because our arcades are getting too full. Now we realize we're not gonna be able to buy machines so easily at these new price increases. We're gonna be scrutinizing much more what machines we decide to buy. So for instance, I've ruled out Killer Instinct and many other machines, not because I don't like Killer Instinct. I do like Killer Instinct, but actually the one I don't know about Killer Instinct. I'm up in the air. One thing I did rule out though is the X-Men machine, the 4-player. This is why. Number one, I have the NBA 4-player, and I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4-player. I did not get the Golden Axe because they're so big. So what would I do with a gigantic 4-player X-Men? So you know what I did? I went to a nostalgic arcade when I went away for a few days, and I said, let me just play this X-Men game. So I, put quarters in and I started playing it, and then I was like, wow, I get the same feeling I did with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. In other words, once you play it to the end, and since you have endless coins, you can do that, you don't really feel so motivated to play it again. So I had this whole Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I'm really not all that motivated to play it anymore after playing it to the end. So I'm like, I can't just buy a machine just to play the game because I loved it. It has to be something that I actually like over and over and over again. So with that being said, I may not get the X-Men for that reason, because it has that same Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle feel to it. In other words, you play it, and then you're done with it. How many times are you gonna play it? And guess what, guys? It's the same way with The Simpsons. I love The Simpsons. If it was a year ago, I would have jumped all over X-Men and Simpsons. But now with the price increases, I'm like, I don't really have to have that. I mean, let's face it, guys. A lot of you have modded one of your Arcade1Up machines, or you have a Raspberry Pi modded on something else, whether it's your computer or you have one of the Chinese machines. You have those games already. So if your arcade is almost full, you really got to scrutinize what you're going to get. So with that being said, yes, you're going to have to be more particular about what you buy because of the price increases. So what can you do? Obviously, now we're not jumping to sell our machines anymore, since we know, wait a minute, we might have to hold on to these machines. First of all, they went up in value. Why did they go up in value? Our machines, if we sell them used, because Arcade1Up's new machines went up in value. That's just the way it is. I mean, I'm sorry. You probably could have got Space Invaders for, $150, maybe, from someone used, or 200, I don't know. I originally brought Space Invaders from a Walmart special for $99. I still have my Space Invaders because I love Space Invaders. I just haven't been motivated to let it go because I really like it. So I went on eBay. I was like, well, how much is Space Invaders selling for? The cheapest one I found was, I think it was $199. But then I was like, well, that's not a bad price for a used Space Invaders. But then I looked and I was like, what the F? 199 shipping. So it really wasn't 199, it's 200. It's $400 if you include shipping. And you know, on eBay, shipping can be all over the place. So you really can't go by what the price is. You got to always at what are they charging for shipping. Okay. So anyway, with that being said, my Space Invaders probably is worth a lot more money than it was before COVID hit, you know. And many of your machines are. So I wouldn't be so keen to just jump off the bandwagon and sell your machines too quickly. Because once these prices filter down and people realize they're not going to get the Walmart specials anymore, they're going to have to start buying used machines and paying a little bit more. But they're going to say, well, that's not fair, man. You paid $100 or 100. I know you got that for $200. Now you're selling to me for 300. That's not right. And you're like, well, you can buy it for 300. Or you can pay $629 with shipping from Arcade1Up. It's your choice. I mean, you're still getting it for half the discount. So our machines have went up in value. So you want to look at a positive side? Our machines went up in value, guys. All of our machines have went up in value. And they're going to continue to go up because Arcade1Up cannot backtrack these prices, no matter how much pressure you guys put on them. Okay, so that's just the way it is. Don't be surprised if Legends Arcade keeps pushing their prices up, throwing in some more bones. I protested their first price increase because I knew what they were doing with that. They're gonna throw in more bones. Watch, their prices will eventually be pushed to $9.99 for the Legends Arcade, and they know it. They know it. You know, after they do their 1,500 wave, then they're gonna just keep bumping the price up until they feel that people aren't gonna pay that money for it anymore. Truth of the matter is that Legends Arcade put themselves at the sweet spot of the digital pinball market, so they can support price increases. Arcade1Up, you guys feel that people aren't going to buy their machines because they're going up to like what, $8.99, $7.99, who knows? But guess what, guys? Maybe you won't support those machines, but that doesn't mean that the new person in the market who wants to get a digital pinball are like, oh, wow, this is at Walmart. Wow, a full pinball machine for under $1,000. Oh, that's pretty sweet. Maybe I'll do that. And you guys are like, who would buy Arcade1Ups when you can get Legends? Well, you got to understand, guys, you guys are tech guys, and don't think you're not. It doesn't matter if you're mod or not. You're a tech guy if you have Arcade1Up machines because you've been in this industry, you know what's going on. So that means that the guys that, the new guys that come in, they're gonna say, oh, this is a cool machine, Marvel. Or you're gonna have kids that go, Dad, hey, can I get the Marvel digital pinball for Christmas? It's under $1,000. Would you deny your kid a PlayStation 4 or 5, whatever? If that's what they asked for, if you had the money to do it, probably not. So I'm not saying that anybody can just throw out $1,000, but I'm saying that parents are much more willing to throw out more money during the holidays than they would maybe under normal circumstances. The truth of the matter is if your kids want Marvel digital pinball, what do you care that the Legends is better? You think you're going to convince your kid, oh, but look, Mark, you have to look at the tech side. You see, Legends Pinball is 1080p, and Marvel Pinball is only 720p. You know what Mark's gonna do? Well, Dad, I really wanted Marvel. I don't want no Legends thing. I want Marvel. I wanted Marvel. I wanted Spider-Man. Let's forget it. Oh, what are you gonna do? You're gonna freaking melt like chocolate, and you know you will, and you're gonna get them the Marvel Pinball. Why? Because that's what they want. So that means it's not a death of Arcade1Up per se. Maybe it is with us, and I'm gonna do a video on that anyway. But it might be with us, in one sense of the word, Arcade1Up is like, okay, like they're like out of vogue now, you know? But there's a lot of kids out there, a lot of, you know, who might want, or older people who don't really know anything about all the tech stuff, and they just see Marvel Pinball or Star Wars or Attack from Mars, and they're like, oh wow, this would be cool. My grandkids would love to come here and play this. And they're right. They put that in their house, and their grandkids come over, oh wow, look at this, wow, pinball, and they're gonna play it. So I wouldn't sound the alarm too badly that Legends is outselling Arcade1Up. I don't really know if they're outselling them, first of all, because Arcade1Up is so much bigger. Neither one can keep their product in stock, so there you go. So with that being said, what else can you do then? You know what? Maybe I should. No, I'm not gonna make another video. What else can you do then to your arcade? Some of the things I'm gonna be going over in the future are things you can do to your arcade to invest your good money instead of just buying another machine like X-Men where you're gonna play it once and be done and you're out of $700. Seriously? And then you're not even gonna play it anymore. If you really wanna play X-Men so bad, go to your modded machine and play it and see how excited you are when you get to the end to put out $800 for it. I'm sorry, Arcade1Up, but I'm speaking the truth. I mean, hey, I know you have to do what you have to do to raise prices, but we have to do what we have to do to tell people that may not be worth it. I'm sorry. And you don't even give that many games on it too? No. I'm sorry, X-Men, you're out, okay? Seriously, you're done. Some of you are like, oh wow, with Simpsons and Simpsons bowling because you wanted it for so long. I want Simpsons too. I just do not think it's worth $800 for Simpsons or $700 or whatever it's gonna be at. If it's over $500, then I don't want Simpsons. And if it's not free shipping and under $500, I do not want Simpsons. I'm sorry. I will be satisfied playing Simpsons on a mod. And you know what? And if I'm not that happy, then I can mod my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which really is boring me to death now. I can mod my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and have Simpsons if I really wanted to. So how about those apples? And it's a 4-player anyway. And then have other 4-player games. Now some of you only want this machine specifically for that arcade. If you have the room for 2 more 4-player arcade games, let me know, because wow, how did you get the room for 2 more 4-player games? Oh my God. I mean, I have a nice arcade, and I just do not have that type of space to put 2 more 4-player arcade games in it. I just can't do it, you know? So, with that being said, here's your first idea that you know what? I'm just going to have to do that in a different video because this video is already long. So, with that being said, all of this to say, I really wasn't going to discuss price increases. I just wanted to discuss some of the things you can do to invest your money instead of another machine that you're only going to play one time through, okay? You might want to invest your money in actually updating your arcade or making it better, you know, making it more realistic. And that's what I'm going to be going over in the futures. Some of the things you can do, I'm going to show you some of the cool things that I've done to my arcade. Now that I stopped purchasing machines, I'm like, okay, well, I can put a little bit of money here, and you don't have to do it all at one time. You can put some money here, put some money there, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, you know what? That one $800 machine, you can do a lot of cool stuff to your arcade to make it look more realistic instead of that $800, you know? And with that being said, I'm gonna go out and just show you what you already seen before, but I'm gonna do it again just to show you. Let me, up here. Up here is, oh, you know what? I don't think I can do that way. Let me see if I can reverse the camera here. Can I reverse the camera? It's not gonna let me reverse the camera either, really? Okay, well, up there is the signs, way up there. That's some of the cool things you can do. Sorry guys, this is not really ideal, but you see my arcade signs up there? That's a cool entrance you can do to your arcade. All right, thanks a lot. Arcade1Up out.